We almost have it. We almost have it.
Objectively, the best Call of Duty zombie. It's Master and Tony.
Oh my god. Don't stop.
Pure hate has come out of my mouth while I've played this map.
Man, we're about to get fucking Dr. Monty again.
In the
things.
episode. Ladies and gentlemen, zombie lovers alike, welcome back to the Round Base Radio Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things zombie talk. I am your host, Fox, joined by my co-host, Just Propsicle today. Dalton, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
That's wonderful. I'm back. I know I missed round 14 for personal reasons, and obviously, if you guys don't know, we did a live stream for 15 last week, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's in the playlist in the channel. But I'm back. Welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody is having a good day. It's round 16 this week. We've made it to 16, almost to 20. Today, Dalton, I wanted to focus and talk about the biggest elephant in the room. That is Black Ops 7 and the beta that's going on this week. As of recording this is the first day that the Zombies beta is live. And I've had the opportunity to play a match of the beta. And I've also obviously saw the COD Next event, and I've seen other people play it. So we're going to just kind of talk about the current state of Black Ops 7 and where it's at, and some other things that's going on in the community that happened at COD Next. We'll kind of get to that later in the episode. But as of now, Dalton, you had a question for me earlier. How about, since I'm the one who's played the beta, I played it yesterday multiplayer, I played Zombies in it today, and you haven't played it yet. I know you probably had a question, I think, or two for me. Actually, wait a minute. Where am I doing? We got community questions. We got community questions you got to fucking answer.
Right.
Right.
I've had a community question before.
Huh?
Put me in a room. A rubber room.
With rats.
Question.
The questions make me crazy. All right, so before we go any further, obviously, if you guys have been here with us long enough, we do community questions where our followers, subscribers, whatever, come and ask us a question on the previous episode, and we will answer them in the next episode. So before we go into our actual topics, let's answer these questions. Coming in from Shimmercode3908, he asks, something I've been sitting on and wondering for a while now with the Zombies content we are getting now, and how it's varied, and how varied in quality it's been. How we would feel about seeing a new experimental era of zombie modes. Like, say, something similar to IW that tried an entirely new theme / concept, or even on a whole new gameplay experience like Extinction back then. Do you think it would be a good idea or a bad idea in the current state of modern zombies, and why? So he's pretty much just asking, experimenting with the zombies mode, pretty much. And I'll start off real quick by saying that I think they do that as a whole, like adding in gameplay mechanics, obviously, like the armor and changing the point system up and stuff like that. But in terms of stuff like how IW did things and how Extinction did things, I would love an Extinction 2 or something just different. I think we do need a break from zombies. As much as I love zombies, this is a zombies podcast channel. I think we need a break from that. Personally, I think we're not getting what we want. Obviously, they're bringing up some stuff, and they're doing a really good job with this year, which we'll get into, and a lot of bad. But I think it would be a good idea. I think it'd be great. I think if Modern Warfare 4 comes out, which that is leaked to be the next game, I think if they didn't have zombies in it, I think that'd be great. I really do. I really want that.
Yeah, just like my opinion, I think with I'm not like the biggest fan of them keeping like the franchises of like the Black Ops and the Modern Warfares and stuff like that. I feel like you should make new series, you know what I mean? Like make 2 or 3 games in like that kind of series, cool, but then move on to a different story. But I'm not like opposed to the continuation of the genre. But with like Modern Warfare, I believe they should make like an Extinction, or maybe even something like a Survival, like how we used to have it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Back in like MW.
Mm-hmm.
Try experimental modes like that. Give, Treyarch 2 years, 3 years to pop out with zombies. Because, I mean, like, Infinity Ward did it right once. Treyarch's done it right a bunch. So, not saying hand over all the rights to Treyarch or whatever, but have Treyarch, be the main focus of zombies and have the other production companies do experimental modes. And even if Treyarch wants to do an experimental mode and then let one of the other, Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer kind of take over, have them do it, man.
Yeah.
I'm all for it, because I feel like, we need change, whether if it's good or bad, because if we get something even worse than zombies, we're going to want zombies back even more. And if we get something better than zombies, it's a win-win because it's better. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
yeah.
I agree with you on all of that. I mean, I know we pretty much had the same thing, like saying the same thing. I really think that they should have stuck with Extinction. I think Infinity Ward should have stuck with Extinction. That'd be really cool. Like IW does the alien side of like a survival wave type game mode, and then Treyarch does like a zombies thing. I think that's kind of what Treyarch's always been good at, even if it's not has been living up to the standard as we want it to be, or even if it is, we're just not liking it because it's not like how we used to have it, obviously. I do want to see something like that return, though. Like, I miss Spec Ops. I like that in the Modern Warfare series. They brought that back, obviously. I miss Survival for just, like, surviving endless wave of just military forces coming at you, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. I think it would be a good idea. We definitely need a break this next year, I think. But we can't drift away from zombies because zombies has become such a core staple of a Treyarch game. Like, I don't think we haven't had zombies in a Treyarch game in like forever. Every Treyarch game has had a zombies experience. Correct me if I'm fucking wrong. I think not including it would be Criminals, but I think I think Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer, whoever makes the next COD, which I'm sure it's IW, obviously, because it's Modern Warfare 4, should not have zombies. I think we just need to take a break, let them do something new, unique, different, fresh, perfect, right? That's why I kind of fucked with DMZ. I thought DMZ was cool. Like, not the NWZ DMZ, but like the actual like extraction, looter experience. I thought that was cool, even though it's pretty much just Escape from Tarkov. But I mean,
like it was a cool experience. You could unlock, because like we talk about this a lot. I feel like a lot of the modes have like their own little cliques. Like, we, not speaking for like everybody, but like me and you are the type to like, if we get on, like we're getting on zombies. It's not like, what game are we playing? It's, what zombies game are we playing? Like, what game do you want to hop on to play zombies? So it's kind of lost my train of thought there, but it's it's something. I want them to take a break and give us, a mode like DMZ or something like that. When you do a mode like DMZ, I'm not saying, go all out, like since you're skipping zombies or whatever, but have the mode, be good, keep it up to date, because it seems like now what people need to kind of stay engaged, like we had this conversation with Drew, it's like you need daily challenges to progress into something. Like, you need those weekly challenges to keep people coming back to the game because our attention spans are getting so short.
Yeah, like,
so if the game isn't offering something new, then we're not gonna want to play it.
Exactly. Like, here's the thing, they have that, but it's just XP. Like, Black Ops 3 had it to where even IW, you come in and do those weekly challenges or those bounty contracts, and you get stuff in-game. You get Liquid Divinium. You get salvage from IW, you know what I mean? Or you get crypto keys, right? Like, you had a reason to do those daily challenges besides just XP. Like, I think XP is such a basic, like, you really don't need it. Like, you're playing the game, you're going to get it, right? If you play the game long enough, you're going to be max level, right? They need to have it to where, like, that's one thing I miss about Black Ops 3 and those other games was the in-game currency that you earned. It gave you reason to play the game instead of having to just spend your money. Like, let me earn it and spend it, right? Let me earn up Liquid Divinium in Black Ops 3. Like, being able to go into Black Ops 3 and it says, like, rebuild 75 barriers and you get a Liquid Divinium. I'm going in there. I'm going and I'm getting it. You know what I mean? And you're going to get a couple Liquid Divinium as you go, too.
I'm hoping for a freaking power boost and a perkaholic.
Exactly. It's I don't know why we drifted away from that. Like, why can't we do a daily challenge that gives us a random chance as at like an ultra gobblegum if we complete it. So you're gonna get a random ultra gobblegum or even a rare one. You know what I mean, or legendary, whatever the case may be. Yeah, we kind of drifted off there a little bit, but yeah, that's what we do. But anyway, thank you, Shimmer, for that question. We always appreciate it. Moving on to our last question from our main man. We always save him for last because he always comes in swinging. Damon, a.k.a. Misfit Guy, he asks, what's a feature from past zombies that you guys don't want to ever see come back? I wouldn't want the single inventory system as going back and forth around the map for a single buildable and is borderline cock and ball torture. Thank you, Damon. You never disappoint, my guy. Dalton, you want to start us off with this one? Or do you... Because I mean, I already have mine.
So, it's not really... It's specifically one map. And it's specifically one thing. But in Spaceland, when you have those doors at the beginning, where it's like, you don't necessarily split it in half, but it's like, you have to buy it twice. It pisses me off. It really does. But like another feature, I tell you features I'd want to come back, but features that I want to stay away forever. Revelations RNG.
Okay. That it?
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say, like, there's give and takes with every game. There's not a lot of features that like super don't fit the game to me that I can think of, like right off the top of my head, where I'm like, oh my god, I never want to see that again. It's always something I'm like kind of willing to deal with, or it doesn't bother me that much.
Okay. All right. Well, I think for me, I'm going to have to agree with Damon on the whole, like, single inventory thing. I think that was dumb. Especially for solo, obviously. I think...
What do you mean single inventory?
Transit, where you had to... Like, you couldn't hold more than one item at a time. That was fucking dumb. I'm glad we drifted away from that later on in that game. I would definitely say that one, and I think a lot of people would agree with us on that. Like, I think that's, like, everyone's probably go-to, is that... I don't know if you want to call it a feature. I guess you can call it a feature, like a gameplay mechanic or whatever you want to call it.
It'd be a mechanic, yeah.
It's RNG for Easter eggs. I love Moon to death. I love Moon's Easter egg. I just hate having to spin the box for QEDs and for Gersh devices and then the wave gun and then go back to Gersh device. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so glad we drifted away from that as well, away from RNG, because I feel like that's just so aggravating because you're just spending so much time. Because you might get a match where you load in and you'll get QEDs off the bat. You'll get wave gun off the bat. You'll have insane luck. And then it'll be round 25 and you haven't gotten anything yet. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of glad we don't have that anymore.
I wouldn't mind. I don't know if we talked about this in a podcast before, but I wouldn't mind RNG in Easter eggs as long as there's a clear drop rate, if that makes sense. So instead of like a percentage, it's like every time you hit the box, the percentage goes up. So after X amount of hits, like by the 15th box hit, you'll get one of the 3 items needed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But you can get it sooner. It's not like you have to hit the box 15 times.
Yeah.
But if it was something like that, then yeah. Because I mean, you can kind of base it off like the round as well. Like I wouldn't want to base it so much off the round, but like you can usually base how many points you have off of what round you're on. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, if we want to guarantee something out of the Easter egg every 10 box hits, when's the earliest they could do that? And then adjust accordingly of like, you know, when the boss fight becomes impossible to beat on a certain round, you know, make it before then kind of thing. Then I wouldn't mind RNG. But
fair enough.
Yeah, there is times you're trying to do all the steps, you get to the friggin' QED step and you can't get QEDs. And then you just see 20, 25, 30, and you're like, yeah, I'm not going for this Easter egg anymore.
Exactly. I'm not want to do that. I don't miss that at all, and I really can't think of any other gameplay or any features from older zombie games that I didn't like. Black Ops 1, no. World at War, no. Black Ops 2, no. 3, no. 4, eh. Yeah, not really. I think I really can't. I can't complain about anything else really that I don't want to see come back. I want everything to come back. I think that's one thing where we're definitely gonna talk about here in a second. Is going back to a lot of those older things, which we technically are with curse mode. But all right, well, before we get into our topics, thank you guys for your questions this week, Shimmer and Damon. We hope to see you guys again. If you guys have a question for us, you guys want us to answer or participate in answering, leave it down in the comment section below. We'll get into it in round 17, obviously. But with that being said, let's jump into the elephant in the room, and that is Black Ops 7 and its beta week. We are 2 days in, 2 days for multiplayer, 1 day for zombies. Like I said before, I've had the opportunity to play zombies, and I have my own opinions on it already, just based off the survival aspect of it. And Dalton asked me earlier before we started, and I wanted to kind of wait. He asked me how the beta was. I'll touch up on multiplayer really quick, because that's obviously I played that yesterday. And Dalton, what I can tell you is that the one thing that this game is nailing on, like on both aspects of multiplayer and zombies, is the aesthetic. Because I feel like these last few COD games have felt and looked mainly the same. They all look roughly the same. I don't like the look of it. I think it being futuristic to obviously a certain extent is perfect. I think the 2035 setting is refreshing and it looks good. The HUD is cool. The maps look good. The 3-lane maps are nice. The wall jumping is actually really fun. Like, it gives me BO3 vibes a little bit, even though you're not really wall running, but it's like, it's fun to change multiple jumps and get a couple kills and, like, you know what I mean? It's cool. I think they're doing a really good job on that. They have some other things they have to tweak in multiplayer. But I think as a game so far, I'm really liking it on the aesthetic side and a little bit on the gameplay side. A little bit. The gameplay still feels the same. Gameplay for Call of Duty to me personally has not changed. It has felt the same to me since Cold War. And it hasn't changed a bit. And personally, like I feel like I played the same game multiplayer wise for years, just different guns, different maps.
Reskinned.
Exactly, yeah. But for zombies, after my one match of playing farm survival, I loaded in with a pistol, and I used that pistol in the early rounds, hit the box, right? I didn't buy armor plates until like round 25. I think, like, dead ass, I didn't buy level 2 armor. I just stuck it out, and I can say, like, so heartily, it felt good. It looked great as well. It felt like I was actually playing a zombies map for the first time in a while. Again, it's just going back to that aesthetic. I think aesthetically, it is just fucking perfect. The dark ether is like what we've been needing for years, and I even turned off some of the HUD features, like the mini map and the compass and stuff, and the health bars and stuff. And it just felt so good. It felt like they were actually listening, which they are to a certain extent. And I felt like that, you know, after just one game, I was like, dude, this feels like zombies. This feels nice, you know, despite the rarity system, which I still don't like, and the fact that there's not really perk machines on the map. It's just a Wonder Fizz. I wish there were actually perk machines, like at least a select few. I still like it, though. I think it looks cool. You still have to buy some doors in the survival mode. Like, there's still doors you have to buy. You still have to turn on power, which is like an actual power switch after you turn on a generator. I think it looks really good. Like, aesthetic is getting me. Gameplay feels the same to Black Ops 6, personally. I'm not surprised in that. But Dalton, to kind of answer your question, I would say that it's good. I hate that they waited a day to drop zombies, and they had their bullshit, in my opinion, bullshit reasoning, saying that they want it to be stable, but it's like, dude, it's farm survival. What do you have to fucking stabilize? It's the same game, just on a different fucking map.
A farm.
Yeah, it's a farm. There's
It's a
cows.
farm.
cow farm. You know what I mean? So like, what is it that you need to destabilize? Why did you wait a day? And I think it's just because they wanted multiplayer to take shine. Because, dude, I'm be honest with you. I'm dead ass. I'm not saying this just to say it. When I was playing multiplayer yesterday with some of our followers, I had people, like, in-game, like, on the enemy team, like, asking when zombies was dropping. Multiple times. And I'm like, that's why they don't want fucking zombies to drop just yet, because they know it's going to take over. Zombies, I mean, I don't know. That's just me. I think that's why, because they want multiplayer to get the limelight. That's why we'll get into another topic about a certain YouTuber being drugged out of zombies gameplay to go play fucking Warzone.
He got drugged?
Drugged? Oh, no. And we'll get into that towards the end. I want that to be like the last topic we talk about because I think that's like the best topic and the most interesting one. But I mean, I think it's good. I think it's decent. It's not perfect. I hate to put it like average, but it is an okay experience. I think the thing that's carrying it though right now is the aesthetic. The aesthetic is fucking immaculate. So I will say that.
Okay. So follow-up question.
Okay. I like this. I get to be the
Are
one
we
that answers the
back?
question today. Are we back? That depends on fucking November 14th. There are leaks of the HUD presets coming in where you could do a Shadows of Evil preset, or you can do like the preset HUD in Black Ops 3 for the Primus characters, right? That bluer one. And there's also other HUD presets that may look like from other COD games as well. And if that's the case, because I think that's the biggest complaint right now with zombies is the HUD. I don't know about you, but when I watch people's reviews, and I watch a lot of people's reviews on the beta or from their COD Next experience, the number one thing is HUD. The HUD just does not fit. And I feel like in a lot of, up until Cold War was the first game to do it. Every game before that, though, every zombies experience had their own unique HUD, or it was just not for multiplayer. It was different. Right, you had that little blood stain next to your points, or you had your player icon, or the character you're playing as in the bottom left. Right, you didn't have all this extra fucking shit that was just drug for multiplayer. You had a unique HUD that I think that we've been needing. So I think adding this HUD to the game, like to where we can place it, even though it's not unique, I wish they just had a unique one set for Black Ops 7. It would be perfect. But like maybe like a Dark Ether style fucking HUD, you know what I mean? I think that would be great. But I will take the HUD presets because at least I can change it to something a little bit more nostalgic and something that actually fits the zombies game mode as a whole besides just multiplayer bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Are we back though? It's kind of hard to tell. They won't let us play with the fucking zombie characters in the beta. Yeah. No, sometimes maybe shit. Exactly. One thing I do have a problem with is the fact that we don't get to play as any zombies character crew in this beta. That is the biggest fucking swing and miss, in my opinion. Because that is one of the most important factors of a zombies experience and a zombies map is the characters.
Yeah, but so I'll play devil's advocate on this one. Why would you want to give us anything about that? It's so important. Save it.
Well,
I'm all for not being able to play as fucking Richtofen or Carver or anybody. Don't give us any story implications or anything like that. Fucking let's go in blind. I'm all for that. Do not give us anything, bro. Like the beta already, it's enough. We're already getting a decent amount of the map. You know what I mean?
And I'll agree with you on that. But my caveat is they had every content creator being able to play as those characters. And they got voice lines that weren't story critical. There's someone on Twitter, I forget their name, who compiled all the voice lines from each zombies character. And it obviously was just a new Ultimate / Deployment crew characters, whatever you want to call them. And they had nothing to pertain to the story, just entertaining classic character dialogue from those characters where Richtofen's a little zesty, Dempsey is a fucking like yelling, screaming badass, Takio is a little goofy at times, but very serious, you know what I mean? So I don't see why they couldn't do that here. They did it in the COD Next event. Why can't they do it now? Where they're not dropping any story implications. So what's the point after we've seen it already? I saw it. Many people have seen them use these characters. I want to fucking see it. You know what I mean? I don't want to play as David fucking Mason in zombies. You know what I mean? I feel like just kind of that ruins the immersiveness for me a little bit. Personally,
Yeah.
but I also get your point. I do get your point. If they did that in COD Next, where they didn't do that, then I wouldn't be upset, right? But they did it in COD Next. Why can't you do that here?
Not that I don't see the importance of it, but like I mean, it don't like right now.
That's just
like
preference.
a beta is strictly. I was gonna say yeah, but a beta to me is just strictly like gameplay and stuff. Like you make sure like it plays well, it looks good, kind of thing. Make sure like they're kind of on the right track because. Like now, if you find like a critical, like not glitch, but like you find that like wall jumping between a certain set of walls is too overpowered, they might change shit like that to make it cleaner on day one. But excuse me, it's still not going to be perfect.
Yeah, I have to. I get that. The beta is a beta, and again, I am digging the aesthetic. They do get to let you use Whip's Tea though, which I haven't had the opportunity to use just yet. I didn't buy it. I forgot about it. But it does look good. I'm enjoying it. I want you to get in and join with me.
I do want to play it, but I won't play much of it because I want to get a little taste, but I don't want to like deep dive into it because I feel like it takes away from it on day one unless they do major changes. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I'm glad they're doing just a survival mode of it. Like I'm glad we can just survive. I think that's important. There's no Easter eggs. There's no story implications. It's just survival, which I like. So
is that all you can do on the beta?
it's just survival. Yeah.
Okay.
They give you complimentary gobble gums that you can use in the beta that don't track towards BO6 or BO7, which is good. So you get like a couple shopping frees, not shopping frees, but you get a couple perkaholics, raindrops, flavored hexes, right? And you can just kind of play. It's just like I said, it's just survival. Yeah. It's just farm. There's no Easter egg implications. You can't leave the farm. There's no Easter egg steps. I mean, it's just survival, which I like. I'm glad they kind of do that. I'm shocked that this is the first time they're doing that for a beta.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they are. But
well, I was gonna say I usually only remember them doing multiplayer betas.
Yeah,
never like a full-fledged beta either. Either.
Yeah, no, that's that's one thing I'm glad that they did. I'm happy that they did that. Okay, you have any other questions you want to ask me? Before we kind of dive into more.
Besides aesthetics from what you have played so far, what do you think this game can either start to like really capitalize on? Like what else really stuck out to you where you were like that separates Black Ops 7 from other zombies experiences so far from what you've seen, if there's any? Or does it feel more like a copy and paste of BO6 tuned up?
It's a copy and paste of BO6 with a better aesthetic. And obviously gameplay features tweaked. Like, obviously the turn zombies not killing the last zombie and little things here and there.
So I'll morph my question a little bit. Did you ever play Destiny 1?
I did.
Did you ever play Destiny 2?
A lot more than Destiny. I know a lot. I remember a lot more from Destiny 2 than I remember Destiny 1.
Okay, so you played both.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Destiny, pre-ordered Destiny. I remember waiting at GameStop for Destiny. And I played all the way through Destiny, played all the DLCs and stuff. Destiny 2 was scheduled to drop. I was like, oh my gosh, this is sick. Pre-ordered it. It was at a time where you didn't go to GameStop anymore. You pre-ordered everything on your PlayStation. Pre-ordered it on my PlayStation, played it. It felt like a DLC to Destiny 1. Like, not much was changed. There's certain gameplay features, gameplay mechanics that were changed or whatever, but not anything big. Is that what this feels like?
Yeah. I mean, they're tweaking those little things. And it still feels, and I know a lot of creators said this as well, it just feels like Black Ops 6.
Okay.
It's just Black Ops 6 with a better aesthetic, and I think that's the only way I could really put this game. You know what I mean? That's the best way you can put it. It feels the same gameplay wise. You're still leveling up your armor, your rarity, pack a punch level. I mean, you're still doing everything. It feels the same. Again, just like what the aesthetic should have been in Black Ops 6, essentially.
Okay.
So that's one thing I'm glad that
So,
they've done. They've hit the nail on that.
Black Ops 6. What would you rate it out of 10 on a COD scale? Where like a COD like BO2 or BO3 would be like a 10, I would assume in your book.
Not Black Ops 2 because they had Transit and Die Rise.
Okay, so BO3.
Oh, it's way worse than BO3.
No, I understand that.
I
but
could compare it to
if
Black Ops 2 in terms of maps and in terms of like how I feel about it. Like don't get me wrong, Black Ops 2 is like for me nostalgic train, right? That's a game I grew up playing. I loved it, but I mean at the end of the day, it had Transit and it had Die Rise. And you could say Nuketown. I like Nuketown, but most people don't like Nuketown. So it had a really rough start, but it had some good maps at the end, right? Overall, it had like almost a little bit of a 50-50 on maps, maybe a little bit more towards on the good side, like maybe like a 70-30, right? And that's how I kind of feel about this game or about Black Ops 6. I don't like the Tomb. I think the Tomb's terrible. I don't like. I wasn't a big fan of Liberty Falls. It's just a good casual map, but aesthetically it's terrible. So I kind of feel the same where it's just like it's not good. Like it's not bad, but it's not great. It's a very average middle ground experience, right? Because I think also in Black Ops 2 you still had those same gameplay mechanics up until Mob of the Dead, stuff like that, where you can only carry one part at a time. So like Black Ops 2 doesn't get too much love. It's just a nostalgia train for me, which I love. So I would say Black Ops 6. It's like a. See, it sucks because for modern, it's great. It's a great modern zombies experience. But in terms of like an overall experience that I like, I hate to give it a 7 because that's such an average answer, right? That's such like an okay number. But 7's the best way I can put it.
But that's okay. I was gonna say, if I had to rate BO6, I do enjoy BO6. I wish there was some gameplay features change and stuff like that. But overall, I think it's a good zombies experience. I'd have to rate it around the same of like a 7. I think 7.5 would be okay. I think an 8 is too generous.
8, yeah, it is a little.
But I mean, if you gave it an 8, I wouldn't call you crazy. But that's just me. Crazy.
Okay, those crazy ones. Okay. Well, do you have anything else?
No. I just, I haven't played it yet, so I'll definitely get the answers for myself here in a little bit. But I mean, just kind of wanted to know your opinion because, I mean, when we talked about kind of hopes for BO7, I'm kind of getting some of the stuff I asked for, so I can't be really mad of, like a classic mode, getting like an extra mode for the more hardcore players or players who want a harder experience. Also, I said it was going to be like BO6, like it's not going to veer very far from BO6 mechanics, which it sounds like I hit that one right on the nail. But I mean, I do enjoy BO6 mechanics and stuff like that, so maybe I'll enjoy it. I mean, it's a COD game, so
yeah. I mean, we're gonna play it either way for the
yep.
information and for the experience, and to say that we do it. To say that we did it, I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely a step in the right direction. I think Black Ops 7 will be better than Black Ops 6. In the long run, if they stick to what they should be doing, right at the end of the day, as long as they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, I think it'll be. And they stick to it. I think it'll be a good experience. Hopefully with story and aesthetic, and because I heard a rumor going around that these future DLCs, they'll be in the dark ether, but it won't be that purple hue that we've been getting. Like, it's going to be like a location dark ether, like with a different aesthetic to it, right? Like, I know there was one to be a teaser, or it was leaked that we're going to have like a post World War II New York where the Nazis wanted a nuke dropped, right? And that won't be a dark ether aesthetic. It's in the dark ether, but it won't be a dark ether aesthetic, right? It'll be kind of more suit to that like theme of the map, right? So as long as the aesthetic looks good and it looks like zombies, and I think that was the biggest drawback to Black Ops 6, I think we'll be fine. I think it'll be a good experience. But I mean, obviously we have a long way to go, and you know, anything could happen. Anything could possibly happen at this rate, and I think we all can agree on that. So yeah, I think it's got a lot of potential, with a lot of the features that we've been seeing, kind of with what's been shown and everything like that. I'm really hoping that they just kind of stick to it. I don't want it to fall, dude. I want this to be good, and I think it will be good. So, so when it comes to zombies, and one thing that we've seen, and what you've seen, because I know you've seen a lot of the information that we've been getting. Like, we've been getting a lot of information. I know you haven't played it yet. Is there one thing that you can think of that you're excited for this, that kind of stands out to you from what we've seen with the blog posts and everything like that for these last few weeks?
Nothing that like sticks out like a thumb or anything. No.
Not really.
No, I mean, I'm excited to play the new COD.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of know what I'm getting myself into. I would just say I'm excited to kind of see where the story goes.
Mm-hmm.
I am kind of excited for that. It seems like I don't have like a lot of hope, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have a lot of hope, but it is looking promising, if that makes sense. So.
Okay. All right.
So, I mean, I would just say I'm just excited to hop in that motherfucker, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm excited too. I think it has, again, a lot of potential that they need to capitalize on with the aesthetic. I think that'll hook everybody the most. That's gonna get everybody the most. Is the aesthetic of the game, and I know that's what we're gonna talk about a lot. You're gonna hear me say aesthetic a lot, probably, but it looks good. I think it's got a lot of potential. I really want it to succeed. I mean, with like, I don't know if you've heard about this, but they're freaking saying that, I think I could be wrong from what I remember, but if a player is down and the round ends, he'll be revived. Like, they're gonna do that type of shit. So like, I think that makes sense for like a map like Ashes of the Dam, where if you're like on farm and I'm like in the space station area, the Ascension area, and I can't get to you, that kind of makes sense, right? But yeah, they're doing stuff like that. Obviously, we're gonna have to rely on the car. I'm kind of fine with the car. It kind of confirmed a lot of my suspicions with it, where I thought that what they could do, because Drew had a problem with like being in the car all the time, which I get that.
Mm-hmm.
And what I kind of wanted, which I think they do for like maybe one of the areas or two, whereas like to enter the next POI, the vehicle can't go through. Like, the vehicle has to be stuck outside the POI. You know what I mean? To where the vehicle can't be driven everywhere. I think the vehicle, Old Tessie, should be able to stick to just the road in the fogged areas. I don't think it should be able to gain access into like the town area or the Ascension area or the lake area. I think it should be strictly stuck to the road, so you use it as a tool to get from place to place, while having those things like the pack punch machine on the back and the turret and the abomination heads on the front. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be really important, that I wish they did, which I don't think they do in its entirety. But, you know. Have you seen any gameplay of Ashes of the Dam from COD Next?
Nope.
See, you should have.
A little bit.
Okay. because it's I like it. I like the way it looks. You have to power up each kind of individual station with a generator, and it has a power switch, which is big. Um, so I think that's important. Where each area kind of is unique. I think each area kind of just looks smaller than I thought they'd be. You know what I mean? But then again, that is an early build of the game, so it could be a little bit different. I'm just afraid of each POI being tiny. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're claiming the size thing just based off the travel you have to get to location to location. But I don't know, man. What's one thing you're worried about? Are you worried about anything with Black Ops 7?
They're not gonna keep up with kind of what we want,
Okay.
and it's just gonna kind of turn into another COD that we've gotten for the last couple of years.
So you're afraid? Sorry. So you're afraid they're not gonna stick to their word that as much as their not word but the consistency.
I feel like it's not gonna be very long until we see. I'm not saying Beavis and Butthead, but we're not gonna that won't last, I don't think. But at the same time, it very well could. But
Yeah.
I just don't want to see it I'm making a new word, chat. Fortniteized.
Mm-hmm.
Where, I mean, I know every game's gonna have a battle pass and shit now, but don't make it so cosmetic based. So that's what it seems like COD is now. Doesn't seem like it's based on gameplay and all this shit. I feel like I see more videos about freaking skins and promos that they're putting in the game rather than the actual game.
Yeah. And I hope they don't do that, man. I really do. I'm really worried that they're going to, especially with the OG characters coming back, I'm really worried about what the cosmetics are going to have for them. And I really just don't want cosmetics in the game. Here's something that I've actually thought about a while ago that I think is important. And it kind of goes back to that whole unique HUD thing that they're doing where they're adding those unique HUDs to the games, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm very worried that with that they might add HUDs to bundles. You know what I mean? I really think that.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Hey, get this cool Doris OG Richtofen skin bundle, right? And in that bundle you get an OG World at War HUD theme. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I'm really worried about that they're gonna do. And they might not. They might just, they might just not do it, which I don't know. I hope they don't. But they very much could. But yeah.
Doesn't sound like a very far off idea.
Oh, I don't think I think I could definitely see it in a few months. I mean, remember when I don't remember if you remember, but in Cold War, I think there was a thing where when you drove vehicles, you got you can have soundtracks in the vehicles. That became part of bundles. That was in a bundle where you can get a certain soundtrack from a certain game, which I was like, dude, come on. How much more stuff are we going to add for us to get stuff? We don't, that stuff's not important. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
that's something I can definitely see coming into the game soon. So, possibly. Let's hope not. I'm yawning like crazy. I don't know why. I'm sorry, by the way, everybody, for yawning. So one thing I do want to talk about. I know I said we'll save it, towards the end, but I think we could talk about this for a minute. Did you see anything on the Mr. Dalek fiasco from COD Next?
heck yeah, I did.
Okay, so let me hear what you think of it.
I mean, I feel like they could just set up COD Next a little better.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what they could do is I was thinking, you have 3 primary game modes: multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. So have your content creators and all that split up into 3 different rooms, okay? And then run, even stream based, run the stream as normal. But when talking about that certain section of running through COD Next, talking about multiplayer, doing that, then you can cut to the Warzone room and have people playing it. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's probably easier to just hand select 200 people and then have them do whatever you want. I understand that, but I don't think that's a very good look for anybody involved in that. I mean, except Dalek, of course. I don't mean like shitting on him, but
Yeah, I mean,
I
he
just
did
don't
nothing
think it
wrong.
looks good. Yeah, because from what I know, what he was promised is that he could play, up to 30 minutes in a game. And he played a game, wasn't able to finish 30 minutes, was able to go back and play and try and, get fit. Because even, I mean, if you want to dig deep, if you want me to start digging, that's his job.
Oh no,
So
dig.
imagine,
Let's dig because this is
I was
important.
about to say, imagine, like, I know, I don't think he has any kids or anything like that, but I mean, like, this is his job. Like, people don't, like, yeah, some people may go because he keeps updates on the new games and stuff like that, but what is he talking about in the new games? He's talking about zombies. So he was maybe able to snag, you know he was promised at least a 30-minute game. I don't know how much footage he got of the first game or the last game, but he's thinking he's going to be able to sit down, get some content for his channel. Boom, that's his job done. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone. We go what we want with access and stuff like that. COD Next gets what they want from having a content creator come out there and showcase their game. But now it's like, I don't know. You can blow it out of proportion, but I don't think it needs to be blown out of proportion. I just think COD needs to execute COD Next a little better. Plain and simple. I think, like I said, it's easier to hand select, 125 people and then have them shift around. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But instead, make the experience a little better. It's like, because to be honest, you could probably get away, honestly, you could probably get away with having like 10 of the biggest zombie content creators that you can get come to COD Next, and we would be satisfied with the information we got.
Mm-hmm.
And then have, pick your top 50, 75 Warzone players, and then have them go. And then with multiplayer, get 24 people to run 2 matches and interswap who's ever is in each match. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They just need to execute it better, in my opinion. Because, like, COD Next has to do their job and, distribute and do what they need to do. Because, like, at the end of the day, the dude's probably just doing his job. He doesn't even know what video games are. You know what I mean? So, like, I ain't harping on the dude itself. But, like I said, the execution of COD Next, I think, could have been a little better. And they could please everybody without having to stretch leaps and bounds of, inviting 500 content creators out and having to do 3 rooms and, all this shit like that. I feel like they can do it a lot better.
I agree. I think like the biggest, or not the biggest, but a big thing is the idea of the fact that when I watch COD Next and I see a lot of these content creators there, I don't recognize any of them. I mean, granted, yes, I'm in the zombies community. I'm gonna look for zombie community guys, but I feel like when you play or when you watch, I feel like there's just people there that I'm like, who are you? Like, do you just stream Verdansk that I just don't know you, or are you actually someone that plays Call of Duty all the time and that loves the game and you know what I mean, and stuff like that?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're saying we may not be getting the quality of people who care about the game as much as we do. It's just like, not really, it's like, it's my job, that's why I'm here kind of guy, but it's like somebody who doesn't fully experience the game. You know what I mean? It's like we're specifically getting a Warzone person there to play zombies. That's a little odd.
Exactly. Like that's and going back to like what you said about the organization, like how they should run it better. I don't know why they just don't just let them play what they want to play. Like have 3 sections, obviously. You have your multiplayer, you have your third mode, which is probably zombies, and then you have your free to play, which is Warzone. And just let them play it. And then have them play for as long as they want, right? Give them like, hey guys, you guys can be here at COD Next for 3 hours or whatever. And then just you can still do your show where you're featuring people playing these games, right? And then just jump back and forth. You're gonna have people that want to play Warzone, and the resurgence map. You're gonna have people that want to play zombies. You have people that want to play multiplayer, and they're gonna stick to that and let them freely move back and forth. Let them go play. Let them experience it. If they don't want to fucking play Warzone, don't make them play Warzone. Anyway, I mean, the whole Warzone update that they wanted them to play just added 2 additional POIs. I was watching Dalek play the resurgence map, and he died every time he got on there. Like, every time he landed, he was dead instantly. He's like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm not here to do this. I want to go play zombies. Because he's a zombies content creator. Let him fucking play zombies. If a Warzone content creator wants to play zombies, let him go play zombies. But if he wants to stick on Warzone the whole time, let him stick on Warzone.
Yeah, I feel like it just all comes down to, like, managing and execution.
It does.
And it just wasn't, I would say it wasn't done right. So, like, I mean, you could bounce around ideas of how they could do it right all day long. I feel like a good idea would be to, like, you want to have your COD Next stream? Cool. You set your rules? Cool. Like, don't make the zombies guys go play Warzone if they don't want to play Warzone or whatever. I understand, like, the 30 minutes per game because you don't want them to find out so much stuff. You're like, this is a taste. We're not trying to dig deep right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that. But then at the end, it's like, hey, if you guys want to stay, you guys can choose anyone to play and you guys can set up your streams and, go for an hour. Or, like, you can't set up your streams, but you can go for an hour. Like, go play anything you want. Timer starts now. You know what I mean? Like, you can do that. But also, coming from, like, a business side, I understand why they have to do that, but, like, it was just executed poorly. You need to have your people there to play Warzone. That's their job from X time to X time. So whenever that fucking screen flips to Warzone, you have people playing Warzone. Because you can't have a situation come up where, like this, where you get a zombies guy there who doesn't want to play Warzone, and then it makes everybody look bad. Because now they're relying on everybody to cooperate. You can't do that. So you have to, find other means. So get your Warzone guys. You say, hey, you guys can play these other games, but not during COD Next. It'll be after, or you guys could come in before. Can't capture any gameplay, can't capture any of that. We're saving that for COD Next. Boom. Or if you want to record, you can't release it until X date. You know how sometimes they do that. So there you go.
I agree. I just need to be playing better because, like, now that's like a big meme. That is a huge meme. Here, can we all pause for 2 seconds? I need to run and grab something real quick, everybody. Dalton, if you want to talk, keep them occupied, please. 2 minutes, less. Be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I just, but it's certain stuff like that where it's such little of a problem, but it's also a ginormous problem because these guys are getting billions of dollars to produce a video game that I'm going to spend money on to play. And you can't corral 200-300 people to do the same thing.
All right.
For however long COD Next streams for. I don't understand.
What were you talking about?
I was just talking about the same shit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, because I just also think that it just doesn't look good with the whole Dalek thing. Because, 1, it's a big meme. 2, he put it in his profile picture, which I applaud him for. That is hilarious. Sorry, guys, I have not eaten today for those watching this episode. And because I'm trying to lose weight, which I actually have. Fun fact, 225 last year as of this date. Now I'm 190 after attempting weight loss in May. But that's not the point of this episode. the point of this episode is to talk about zombies. I just think it was just bad, man. It just looks bad. Like, there needs to be better communication, you know, on whether or not you want guys to play this mode and how long you want to play this mode for, right, etc. So yeah, I mean, it makes me like, that's why a lot of people don't go. You know what I mean? Like, that's why Milo didn't go, right? He didn't go to COD Next because that's one thing he was worried about. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's why I don't think, and I can't say shit because we're just a channel under 100 subscribers. Which subscribe if you like these videos.
We're close.
We're close. 11 away. I don't think I'd want to go. I get why they go. Like Dalek goes, Noah goes. They go for the community to let people see the game they play and to get feedback and stuff like that. But I couldn't personally.
Nah, I think my mouth would get me kicked out of COD Next before it started.
Exactly, me too. Like, I'd definitely get in trouble.
I mean, well, like, it's not like anything I really say. Like, I know I could be vulgar at times, but like, I mean, if something fucking sticks out like a sore thumb, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a goddamn duck. You know what I mean? So, if the game doesn't play well, or like if I was in Dalek's situation, I mean, granted, like I'm on stream too. Oh, I'm fucking slip and fall, pip into Screz, dude. I am fucking. I'm making him look like a fool.
Me too.
I'd be like, no, like, like don't forcefully get me up, but like you're gonna have to like cut my console off or my PC off because I was promised a 30-minute game. Yeah, I was promised a 30-minute game.
I agree.
Like this is my job. This is like what I do for work, for my life. This is what I love to do.
You don't see me playing Warzone multiplayer or anything like that.
I was gonna say I will go, but also at the same time, I don't know what we don't know what all was promised either. I know, granted, Dalek didn't get what he was promised, but what else was Dalek asked to do that maybe he didn't do or whatever? Like you don't know the full story. I don't think it's something to like blow up over. I just think it was a goof on Treyarch's part, or just COD in general.
I wasn't Treyarch either. I say Activision.
Yeah, I mean it's just a goof, bro. I don't think it's like I said, I don't think it's a huge deal. I just think it's like just a meme now. Ain't nothing like crazy.
I don't know, man. I mean, I can see why you say that. At the same time, though, I'm kind of like iffy about it because it's just like you should know why they're there. Do you think he's gonna want to come back? I mean, he probably will.
Yeah, that's
but
what I'm saying.
If I was him, I wouldn't come back.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still gonna stream the game and have an audience who also plays the same exact game, which is funding the company who's running COD Next.
Fair enough.
So, you know what I mean? So, like, it's...
Yeah.
Not that they could care less if Dalek doesn't show up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's... They got backups, you know what I mean? There's no, like... I feel like, especially now, there's no, like, King of COD YouTube. You know what I mean? It's like... You had like some of the FaZe members for a while, like they were, you talked about like, oh, do you watch this guy? Do you watch this guy? Oh, this guy's so good. Now you don't really, you just kind of, you watch a guy who plays a game that you like, that you enjoy watching. And you watch, I feel like, people like Dalek, people like Milo, you watch them for staying on top of content, like latest releases, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. I can see where you're at with that. I agree. I still just didn't like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a goof, bro. Like, just...
It is. It was a miss.
I was gonna say, can't teach an old dog new tricks kind of thing. It's like, I don't know, expecting a newborn baby to do a backflip, knowing it's a newborn baby. It's like, why do you expect a Zombies player to go play Warzone? Like, of course he'd maybe be a little reluctant. But like I said, we don't know if it was maybe like, yeah, you got 30 minutes like per game is what they said, but freaking they give you an hour to go until you need to go, play Warzone. And Dalek had to go take a massive deuce and lost about 15 minutes, started a game, couldn't finish it, right? And so he's trying to get his 30 minutes that he was promised, but it reached the max time limit, like allowed in that room or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know the full story. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think Treyarch will come out and say anything about it because I don't think it's that big of a deal.
It's too late.
I think it's just a goof.
Anyway. I mean, I think it'd be too late to say anything anyway. I mean, the memes, it's a big meme. I mean, even Dalek changed his profile picture, I think, off of what T-Dog said. Like, he's like, if this post gets 500 likes, he has to change his profile picture. It got way more than 500 likes, and he's like, fine, I'll do it. You know what I mean? And it's funny. It's a funny meme. Everyone's kind of banking off of it. But again, I can see why people are upset about it. I can see both sides of it. Like your side of it, how you're kind of saying, like, we don't know everything. Maybe he signed up to have to go play, like you can come to COD next, but you're playing each game mode, right? Like, you're playing multiplayer, playing zombies, and you're playing Warzone, no matter what. But I think there should be, going forward, I think there should be a little bit of freedom, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah, I think it should be freedom with rules.
Yeah.
And I hate to sound like a strict guy, but yeah, freedom with rules. Because, like, I don't want a situation like I feel like what happened in World War II. When the game dropped, we already knew how to do. Because, like, World War II had, like, the easy Easter egg and then the hardcore Easter eggs you could do, which was, like, all still in the same game. You just had to do more Easter egg steps, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We already knew how to do the first Easter egg in the first ever map the second it came out from how much we were able to play. I don't want that. It's pointless.
I hear you.
I don't want a fresh, brand new spanking game, but I feel like I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here, but I feel like we get too much. So we set expectations, and then we get to talking like this, and then it's like, oh, we expect this, we expect this. Our hopes get brought up because we're seeing all this stuff. Just have it be fucking silent for a year and drop a COD, bruh. Nobody knows what to expect. Like, nobody knows what to expect. You don't know if it'll have zombies. You don't know if it'll have extinction. You don't know shit. You just see Call of Duty and a date. There's not even a freaking trailer for it. I'd buy it. That's basically gambling. $70 for just a COD title. Bang. Shout out Game Pass, though.
And his Vanguard too. Well,
I'd take that chance. I think they're stupid, but I don't think they're stupid enough to release fucking Vanguard 2 before IW Zombies 2.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, I think this episode's gonna be a lot shorter than we think. I mean, there's not really much to talk about Black Ops 7.
Yeah, kind of in like a dry spot. I mean, I got a topic we can talk about a little bit. I mean, we've brushed on the topic a little bit before, but it was a little bit too early. But I feel like nothing's really changed in it, and it's been some time, so I feel like we could talk about it again, just to kind of end off the episode.
All right, final one. Let's close it out.
Okay, so as it sits right now, impressions on BO6, review of BO6. So I was about to say, like rank it in, like, explain your review, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, things that did well, things that did bad, and rank it all time with CODs, and then we'll rank it with modern CODs, like Cold War post.
Okay. It's funny because I just watched Chopper's retrospective on Black Ops 6 recently, so that's kind of nice. So this is kind of like fresh in my head a little bit. Um, I feel like Black Ops 6 is the best take at modern zombies that we've had. I think one thing that they nailed were the boss fights. I think that's the biggest takeaway from that game is boss fights were phenomenal. From Patient 13 to the Z-Rex to having the choice between Rick Toffin and Sam. Rick Toffin obviously being a more hardcore, harder attempt experience, right? I think boss fights, they need to carry that forward into Black Ops 7. I think that's huge. They need to keep that momentum with boss fights going. So I think Black Ops
Agreed.
6. I think Black Ops 6 did boss fights well. The story obviously is its own thing. I don't want to talk about the story because the story, in my opinion, is very weak in Black Ops 6. I don't think it's that good. I don't like the idea that they kind of hold your hand all the way through. I like being able to go and discover things and find things out on my own. Right, I like being able to make the story what I wanted to make it almost, but at the same time, like, discover things. Like, not have everything be cookie cutter, handheld, like, this is what's happening. You know, let me get a big twist that's not predictable, right? Let me get a cool cliffhanger, right? And I know we kind of got that in Black Ops 6, but I mean, it was kind of like, eh. I think what didn't really help was the original 4 coming back. I think people very mixed on whether or not people liked it and didn't like it. You know what I mean? I'm someone that's kind of like, eh. Like, I kind of liked it a little bit, just seeing them again. You know what I mean? Like, who doesn't like to see those original characters, right? Those are, like, our childhood for most of us. But at the same time, it's like, do we really need those guys back? So I don't really want to... Stories, like, eh. The maps were okay. Like, I think Terminus is a great map. I think Citadel is a good map. The Tomb and Liberty Falls are eh. Liberty Falls is a good casual map. I think you need a casual map. That doesn't really need an Easter egg, but it's good casual. I just wish the aesthetic was better. And maybe a little bit smaller, maybe.
See, like, I feel like, just to branch off real quick and then
Go
you
ahead.
could start back.
No, go ahead.
I feel like they could have made Liberty Falls not like leaps and bounds better, but like even with a map like that, like you don't need an Easter egg. Number one, you already said that, but have it where it's like you can get it at different times of the day. Like
Yes.
make it totally random. You can't change it, but you get like you get an achievement for completing the Easter egg. But if you complete it at night or something, you get like another one. You know what I mean? Just like something quirky, funny like that shoots for people to constantly have to restart their game. Like, you know, like you make it like a challenge. You know what I mean?
Maybe at that time it's harder.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep.
Like the difficulty ramps up just a little bit, and obviously like might be a little bit harder to see zombies and stuff like that. I agree with you on that one. I like that. So yeah, I think Tomb was terrible. I don't like the Tomb. Aesthetically, it was nice in some spots, yes, but not a good map. Shattered Veil was okay. I liked it. I think it definitely surprised a lot of the community a lot. I think they were like, "Holy crap, we didn't think this map was that big," or a lot of the secret rooms and stuff that you can unlock. I think that's really good that they did that. Obviously, with the boss fight.
Say, coming off of the Tomb too, everybody kind of had low expectations as well. They were like, "Oh, here it is. See, we're starting on a downfall here," and then it kind of ramped back up. Because I will say, like, honestly, like I like the map a decent bit, but it's probably like my least favorite in BO6. Like I would play the Tomb over it, honestly, but I don't think the Tomb's a better map. It's Citadel.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's a very just like average map to me. Like I'll play it if I got a challenge, but I'll never go out of my way to play Citadel.
See, I love Citadel.
I don't know why. I'd rather play the Tomb, but I don't go out of my way to play the Tomb though.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I mean, I think every map was pretty good. I mean, like none of them are perfect by any means.
Yeah, no.
You know, actually, one thing I kind of want to see in BO7 not specifically in BO7, but just in like kind of modern zombies, I feel like they should do more. I'm thinking of like the words that I can use here. More map tied game mechanics. You know, where like in certain maps, you know, like you have a zip line or something, or in like Zetsubo, you get a bucket and you have to do certain stuff with the bucket throughout the map. You know what I mean? Or something like Spaceland, where you get like the tickets and you're able to do stuff with the tickets. I feel like that would make maps stick out more with like what we're getting now, because I feel like we're getting, you know, not bad maps. Some maps are gonna lack in some stuff, but like you can kind of make people, you know, look away from the bad stuff with putting just certain map-based stuff rather than having to change the whole game mechanic. You know what I mean? It's like awful idea or awful like suggestion, but like make a map where it's like there's no armor plates on the map, but that's like one of the harder maps in the game. Make it a little bit tighter or a little more open, you know, depending on what you're trying to shoot for with the map. But like make it have no armor plates, make it different. You know what I mean? It's like loading in this map, you're like, oh fuck, bro. It's like we don't get armor plates, or make it where you don't get armor plates until like super late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just I don't know, change it up a little bit, because it feels like we're getting like the quality of maps we're getting are good, but they feel just copy and paste to me. Like there's no maps that stick out from each other. It's like, oh, cool, we got Citadel with 4 different types of swords. Sounds like the 4 different types of bows, or the 4 different types of staffs, or the 4 different types of ray guns, or the 3 different types of you know what I mean? It's like, you know, make it different, make it something. And the like the Strauss counter, how I had to use it on a couple maps, make it like a 1 map thing. It's like, oh, we gotta do the Strauss counter step on this map. You know what I mean? Like make maps stick out more, whether it be steps or whatever, because it seems like you're doing like the same thing on every single map. You know what I mean? Just kind of in a different way.
I agree. I'm hoping that's what Ashes of the Dam does. I think that's what Old Tessie's going to be, is that mechanic that is solely unique to Ashes of the Damned, and I hope that's kind of like what happens. I don't want to see it after that map.
Yeah, no.
I think it should...
Or if we see it, it's only in like cutscenes or something. You know what I mean? Like keep it where it's there, but it's not in game. You know what I mean? But we're still like cruising around in Tessie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they drive off at the end of the Easter egg, and then the next map they pull up to like a gate to like...
Yes.
The next map, and like they get off, and then like they, you know... I agree on that one.
Yeah.
So I hope they do the same on that too. I think that's one thing, again, like you said, Black Ops 6 kind of struggled with, was not making maps feel entirely unique. They made like 1 or 2 things make that map feel unique, but not to the point that it makes you want to go back and like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Play that map again.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I will say, like, the only one that sticks out is Reckoning to me.
With the verticality,
you know what I mean?
And stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But like other than that, you know, it's really the same shit. You go, you get your wonder weapon, you fill up you do steps, kill people, fill up a soul box, boom. I think they need to think of some different Easter egg steps.
And that's what I was about to dive into.
Dude, like, I talked about this before. I really enjoyed and thought it was a very cool step. It's not much, but I thought it was a cool step. I thought the mop bucket step in the Reckoning was sick. Don't ask me why, but like, you know, how are we gonna know to hit a mop bucket under a sprinkler system to have it go so we can put a head in later in the Easter egg? Granted, you can do it, you know, right when you get the head. I understand that, but it's like you can set it up way early in the map, like Easter egg steps like that. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty cool.
Well, I know why you
rather
like
than
it.
doing your what?
It's because it's unique. It's different. It's something that doesn't get like, it's not like handheld told for you to do, it's like, I found this fucking head, now what? It's giving you the option to go explore the map and hold square on things, shoot things, melee things, and like I bet when someone said you can move the fucking bucket, they're like, oh shit, the sprinkler heads are running. Let's put it under the fucking sprinkler head. Okay, now it's full. Well, we have this. It's called a fungal head. Maybe we need to get it cleaned off. Let's put it in that bucket, and that's like, it's those little steps that like make you think and make you do things. I get Black Ops 4 was fucking insane with Easter eggs. It was so complex, but we don't need that. We don't need that type of complexity, but we need something that just makes us like scratch our heads a little bit and think like, how are we going to find this? That's why, that Easter egg took longer. I'm not saying the bucket step was the sole reason, but steps like that are reasons why it takes a while for Easter eggs to get solved, which I think is important. I really hope, I swear to God, if Ashes of the Dam gets solved on day one, I'm going to be very much upset, because that's just how it's going to be for the rest of the fucking of the game cycle. I want it to where, and don't get me wrong, it sucks. It does suck sometimes being like, dude, how are we going to find this Easter egg? How are we not figured this out yet? But I feel like it just brings more life to the map, and it makes the map last a little bit longer. You know what I mean? Because I feel like most people are playing the Easter egg. Once they beat it, they're done. Unless there's something else to go do, like gather all the intel, or go fight this second mini boss that's found, like in Citadel, how you could fight Franco. Not really fight Franco, but come after him, right, and give Maya that closure. Stuff like that. I mean, they need to make it last longer. They need these Easter eggs to be head scratching, not handheld, and really make you think out of the box. Like, what are we gonna do? Like,
what is it? I was gonna say what I think is like perfect Easter egg step criteria is a step that takes us forever to find out, but it's not a hard step to complete. Like, yes. I feel like if you know exactly what you should do and you know that Easter egg like the back of your hand, not always setting up, because like with setup it could take some more time, but I feel like an Easter egg shouldn't last longer than 2 hours.
Yes.
And if you know what you're doing and you get a good setup, hour 30. You know what I mean? There is some ways that you can learn to speed run and find mechanics of the map or game using like a certain gobble gum and yada yada yada, where you could get there sooner, or quicker. But I think that's a perfect Easter egg step. It's like where it makes you think, but you're like, oh, you just have to do this and this, or it's like, oh, we have to put this here before this round, or like these certain rounds, because gas comes out of here. You know what I mean? Make you think, but it's not that hard where you can easily replicate it. But also, I feel like there should be Easter eggs where certain steps are harder to complete because, the Easter egg itself may not be super, super hard.
Yeah.
Whether it be a certain soul box or a certain moving soul box, like in Dreisendrach when you're filling up the tablets, or you're escorting the keeper around, and the mule kick one, or speed cola. What's right there?
Which one?
No,
the one where we to actually place the tablet.
No,
the mule kick one then.
Yeah, mule kick. Like that room is a little bit harder because you get the ones that spawn behind you. Like just shit like that. I think that's good, but I don't know. Just more time and more thought. Just don't want the copy and paste shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Granted, I know there is a foundation that's set already. It's like, this is what you're going to get out of a zombies game. Like, you're going to be able to get camos. You're going to be able to do this, be able to do that. But the stuff they used to do so well with the lore, with having us discover, digging into the story, I just feel like we don't get that anymore. Stuff like that just kind of gets brushed over, and it's the little details that make it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I think we really need to bring stuff like that back, and especially like I feel like I like when steps kind of like just kind of like are integral to the actual map's design, and like stuff like that, like in Horizon, going back in Horizon, like the what was it, like how we used the trap to shoot down Dempsey. And how you power up that trap is by doing Simon Said steps on each console. After you obviously put the fuses in, you put on protect mode, like just stuff like that. Just like felt more in tune with the map instead of like that's why I like Terminus's Easter egg. You're going to different buoys around the map, and you're deactivating this stuff. And you got to deactivate a bomb. You got to go find these power cables in the boat. You know what I mean? And so I like Terminus's Easter egg a lot. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. I think they also need to stop making things in the map like how do I put this? Like stuff like I don't think you should have to get all of the incantations in Citadel. I think it should be an option. And whatever you do and don't... granted, you kind of need it, obviously, for that step. But maybe you don't need it for that step. Maybe instead you just kind of salute with the sword, right? Instead of using the incantation. And that way you don't have to do that. You're not adding that to the Easter egg step. Like, you have to get this cool thing that we're going to make part of the Easter egg so we can say we added another step to it. You know what I mean? I think that's also important that they don't do. Make it to where it's optional, Now, granted, I know they do that with like Origins with the G-Strike grenades and stuff like that. Like you kind of need G-Strike grenades to do the that one step, but with Max just flying in the hole. But I don't know. I would like to see more stuff like that with BO7. But kind of going into Easter eggs with BO6, one thing I think they slacked on was the Easter eggs. Besides the Reckoning, I think the Reckoning and Terminus are up there for some of the better Easter eggs in this game, in my personal opinion. Shattered Veil, yeah, I guess you could say Shattered Veil has a good Easter egg. But then again, it's just it's Wonder Weapon and kill some HVTs and boss fight. There's not really much unless you had to do like a puzzle. Like instead of maybe using kills, using a ray gun to open up the liminal space, maybe you had to do a puzzle for each one. And yeah, there was a puzzle after, like before you could actually do the what's it called? It was just a fetch quest. It was just get these things and then move on. Yeah, I would say Black Ops 6 though. Terminus and Reckoning were the best Easter eggs to come out of that game. I know that they're doing this in Black Ops 7, so they need to stick with the whole cinematic cutscene bullshit. They need to do that every game. I know they said that's what they are doing, but they need to keep it going, right? Which I'm sure they will. But that's something that really crushed my opinion on this game was the cutscenes. Granted, I know that what was it? That they moved a lot of their budget and a lot of their time for Black Ops 7 halfway through Black Ops 6 or towards the beginning of it. But they need to capitalize on the cutscenes and the story implications and keeping us on our toes. Like one thing that I don't think they should have done is shown us the villain. I don't know. I don't think they should have showed us the villain so soon, or maybe not show. They shouldn't have shown his face or anything like that. They should have just like kind of kept him secret to a certain extent and make us wonder like who is this guy and why does he have our souls? Why are we going at like stuff like that. I think that's integral and I think that's very important. But obviously we'll have to see how that goes when the time comes. But I mean Black Ops 6 as a whole was, if it was a stepping stone for Black Ops 7, I think it was a good stepping stone. You know what I mean? I think if it's something that we need for Black Ops 7, I'm fine with that. I think it's a good, like, not sacrifice, you know what I mean? But, like, a good, like, guinea pig on what Black Ops 7 is going to be. And I hope they kind of stick with that going forward, and they kind of use Black Ops 6 as a means to better the next game, which is 7, obviously. What about you? What's your overall arcing opinion on Black Ops 6? To kind of close out.
I like Black Ops 6.
Okay.
I really did. I thought it was a pretty good COD, one of the best CODs we've got in a while. I don't know if it's because I've been deprived of a good COD experience for a while, where I think this one's super, super good, or that I just genuinely like it. But if I had to put my money on something, I would say I genuinely like it. I think it plays well. with modern zombies is where I have my gripe. You know what I mean? But it's not. I can't pin it all on the game. It's just kind of how modern zombies is now. So, like I said, honestly, I'd probably rate it a 7.5, and I would rate it at least a B tier COD.
Okay.
Clawing at A.
Oof. See, that's interesting. Which I can kind of see why. I see why.
Because, like, what else? What else, man?
What do you mean?
I mean, because I don't think there's really that many S tier CODs.
There's not, but I think but I think they can do extremely better with what we've got, because I feel like I'd put it at C, low B. I put it at low B, because like you said, for modern, you know, I think for modern it's good. It's better than Cold War. It's better than Vanguard, obviously. Better than NWZ. And stuff like that, but it still has it had a lot of room to grow, and it didn't grow as much. But I'm hoping that with Black Ops 7 it helps Black Ops 7 become better, which I think it is. I think aesthetic, finally we're kind of leaning towards the aesthetic feel of the game, and we're making it look like a zombies experience. They just need to fix the HUD, which obviously they are with the leaks we've seen. They got a lot of they still got a long way to go. We still got a long way to go. The game doesn't come out for another month and a half or less. About a month and a half. So there's only so much we can really think of it, honestly, besides just our first impressions. I'm definitely going to play the beta more, get some gameplay for this podcast like you're watching right now. And hopefully come November 14th, Easter doesn't get solved, and hopefully it's a good game that's memorable, and I want to be able to say it's one of the best COD games we've had in a very long time.
You guys might see your first RBR Hack-a-Punch tutorial.
People have been asking for it. We might just do it. We might just do tutorials. So be on the lookout for that. Guides, if you will. To stay in touch with you guys.
This is props as no nonsense Easter egg guy.
Full complete nonsense.
Full complete nonsense.
Did you guys see this over here on the map?
What you want to do is you want to break this window, get this cheese. This cheese is super important. You're not going to use it once. All right, now you want to go over here. That'd be awesome.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm excited for. I'm like you are. I am excited for this game. I think it's gonna be a good experience. Obviously,
yeah, I think so too.
We're just gonna have to wait and see. So.
Yep.
But, all right, I think that's gonna do it. You got any closing comments or concerns going forward?
Nah, man. I just I hope we get a little bit of info, but not enough to fully blow the lid off the operation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel, COD Dex could have went a little better. But other than that, man, just excited for November 14th. It's getting closer and closer every day. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited, man.
All right. I'm right there with you. I'm excited too. Hopefully the game goes well. Be on the lookout for any live streams. We'll be probably streaming the game a little bit, not too much this week. So with that being said, make sure you guys leave your questions down below on any questions you kind of want to ask us for the next episode at the beginning. Let us know if there's any suggestions you want to see us talk about, any topics you guys want us to touch upon in future episodes. We'll be seeing you guys hopefully for round 17 soon. Be on the lookout, like I said, in the next month, or like what Dalton said next month, for some zombies content with BO7. We'll definitely be playing that a shit ton, and hopefully dropping in some guides that some of the guys in our that follow us and subscribe to us want to see. And speaking of those people, thanks to all of them, all 89 individuals as of now who are subscribed to our channel and come check out our live streams and talk to us every day and play with us sometimes. You guys are fantastic. You're the reason why we keep doing this. With that being said, if you are watching and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It helps us out a lot. We want to keep doing this. We probably will no matter what, though. With that being said, it means a lot, though. We're trying to build a community of guys that love OG zombies and love talking modern zombies and playing together and experiencing these new games together. So if you want to be part of that, please subscribe. Join us for our live streams every other day that we do. Like the video if you guys enjoy this type of content. Like I said, you got 16 episodes to go watch. If you're new here, please go check them out. They're fun. They're entertaining. And I think that's it. I think that's all that I really have to say. So with that being said, we'll see you guys for round 17.